Good morning, everyone. So, today let's discuss about one of the most prevalent symptom which we face. It's bloating and constipation, right? And research says that around 25% of the population suffer from bloating, heartburn, and constipation at least once in a month, right? And most of the current interventions, what we have is focused on, laxatives, antacids, all the commonly new things coming up, the so-called probiotics, right? So when you have a bloating, you want to debloat, there are a lot of ads on Facebook everywhere, they're saying, okay, take this probiotics, we have the best probiotic to debloat, right? uh, which is again, which works in some cases, which may or may not work or will work for some time. It's like, uh, telling you if you want to debloat, you have to take these supplements every time. That's the way how these companies work and function. They don't decode the root cause why you have a bloating. There are multiple causes which can cause you bloating, constipation, so slow movement of food through the digestive tract, a lot of these things, which I'm going to discuss. So first thing is, the supplements are just an replacement of your antacids, right? It is not going to relieve you or permanently. It is just going to relieve your symptoms, right? So let us discuss. So again, we know bloating is linked to a digestive tract, right? Trillions of bacteria living in our gut, right? What we really need to understand is which bacteria is there, what organisms are active, what they are doing, what they are producing, right? So we at Gene Freakletics, what we look at multiple scores when it comes to digestive issues, right? So when we talk of excess gas production, right? One of the foremost reason is the methane production, right? These mischievous methane producers, right? And there are a lot of these bacteria methane, capable of producing methane out of when they metabolize foods high in methionine. So again, methionine, there's a lot of uh, high protein diet, paleo diet, right? Which a lot of athletes and bodybuilders and a lot of people who are actually right now even on the weight loss journey or trying to, on a diabetic journey do take a lot of high protein diet, right? There is con something called, archaea inside the gut. If the archaea is active, they can actually convert a lot of methionine into methane, which can actually slow down your digestive tract. So the movement of food in your digestive tract, you can have a lot of gas production and bloating inside your stomach, right? And that is something which causes this bloating and constipation, right? And over a period of time, if you're consuming too much of this protein or too much of some vegetables like broccoli and a lot of these vegetables which are high in polyamine tryptophan, right? Or methionine, right? Even um, if you have a lot of bacteria who are capable of producing ammonia out of nitrate, right? So a lot of these things cause bloating and constipation, slow down the movement of food in digestive tract. So it's like, understanding simple words, it's like a feast party around your stomach, right, around the small intestine. A lot of these bacterias and archaea are actually hungry, and they start moving from your gut to your small intestine, what we call a small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, right? And there are a lot of these archaea and methane producing bacteria, and that can lead to a lot of abdominal pain, bloating, constipation. There are a lot of these issues, and you've seen it. These issues are normally found in people who are pre-diabetic or have type 2 diabetes as well, because we generally resort to high protein diets, right? So that is one of the reason, right? Another, as I mentioned, ammonia. So if you're consuming a lot of protein which is high in nitrate, right? Preservatives, frozen fruits, right? The sort of things you buy from supermarket, right? Which have a lot of preservatives. All these, nitrates is converted into ammonia. This ammonia causes bloating, constipation. Other reason is obviously the tryptophan. Tryptophan again is a byproduct of microbial metabolism of a lot of foods high in polyamines, perdamine, tryptophan, cadavine, a lot of these amines, right? these are really, really harmful, right? So Pushstein is one of the also biomarker in terms of leaky gut, in terms of in colorectal cancer. Right? So Pushstein is also causes bloating, constipation, right? And then another important fact here is female who have, estrogen issues or who have, imbalance in their estrogen, right? They also face bloating, constipation again, you know, and the most important aspect is histamine overproduction, right? Histamine overproduction do cause migraine, headache, bloating, constipation, a lot of these symptoms, right? And if you are again, histamine are also, probiotics are histamine liberators. So if you're taking, considering you have a bloating, constipation, if you're taking probiotics, probably you may find yourself in hospital the next day, right? Because generally what happens is, if you have bloating due to histamine overproduction, and if you are thinking, I'm going to take probiotics sold by some startup, some health tech startup, some company, right? And, that is going to further, cause histamine overproduction, and it is going to, make you feel fatigue, you may not be able to even stand, right? You will have headache and migraine, a lot of these things, right? So essentially, first thing is that's where we create a huge value. First thing is we do not focus on which bacteria is there. It doesn't matter, right? What matters is which bacteria is active, what they are actually doing inside your gut. That is the most important aspect, right? So just telling you a bacteria is there doesn't mean anything, so your body doesn't understand. They don't have ears and eyes. They don't understand the name of the microorganism. What they understand is what byproducts they are producing, what biochemical signals they are giving, So we all need to focus on the functional activity of microbiome. So that's what we do. So we tell you 36 different biological pathways course. So we can tell you what is your methane production, what is your ammonia production, what is your trypsin production, what is your bile acid metabolism, what is your histamine overproduction, what is your estrogen production, right? So these are few of the hacks, right? Again, sharing a bit about probiotics. So again, you have to understand that our body has more than 8,000 different strain of microbes and bacteria, right? And most of the over-the-counter OTC probiotics, right? Whatever way they market, whatever marketing gimmicks they deploy, whatever ads they do to claim number of things, right? These are over-the-counter made for an average individual based on the population studies, right? It is, first of all, it only has certain strain of bacteria and that too in a standard quantity. So the question you should ask is first, what is the reason I have bloating? Is it a lot of methane going on? Is it a high protein diet? Is it putrescine? Is it ammonia? Is it histamine overproduction? It is estrogen imbalance. It is, uric acid. Is it bile acid? So what is the reason why you have bloating? First thing. Second thing, which microbe is active? Which microbe is not? What is the level of production of these pathways, right? Third thing is, right, what specific amount of each strain I need, right? That is really, really important, right? So essentially, if you it every time you don't need, lactobacillus or bifidobacterium bifidum, right? So again, you really need to understand which strain, again, based on the pathways. So, right, I can share some, it's not always about strain, right? So if you have a lot of methane producers, so even it's not about only protein, so a lot of methane producers can also produce methane out of carbs and fats, right? So essentially, it's not, you cannot eliminate all foods here, right? So what you really need to understand is that, there are certain, in this case, one probiotic I'm mentioning, Bacillus coagulans is one of the probiotic which can help you relax cool down your digestive tract, right? Then there's not always probiotics. So we don't promote a lot of probiotic. We don't promote a lot of supplements, right? So there's certain food extracts which can work, like peppermint extract, right? If you have a lot of, high methane, it can be, caraway seeds, it can be mastic gum extract, right? It can be chamomile flower extract. If you have a lot of histamine, it can be nettle leaf extract, right? It can be thyme leaf, right? So there are different food extracts required, different probiotics in what quantity you require. So do not go for over-the-counter probiotics just because someone is saying, we are going to debloat you in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 120 days. It is not going to work, right? You really need to understand the functions and the activities of the microbiome, what genes are being expressed by a microbiome, how these functional pathways are impacting your food motility, are impacting your absorption capability, right? What are the byproducts being released, right? What specific strain, if you want to go for probiotic, what specific strain or a bouquet of strain are required in what quantity and required in what billion CFUs or million CFUs are required, right? What if I don't need probiotics? What if I can go through food extracts and certain, foods which can actually help me overcome my, bloating issues? What specific reason is for bloating? There are multiple reasons. So ask these questions, do not fall for these probiotics. It's just waste of time and money. It is not going to help, right? So in the case if you have digestive issues, you have hormonal imbalances, you are facing with escalate blood sugar level, you have a lot of headache, fatigue. So, these are just underlying symptoms, there's of a lot of chronic inflammation going on, right? So we're the only company in India which focus on the genes expression of your microbiome. We can tell you, we can convert your biological sample into 36 plus biological pathways, which tells the state of various biological functions, process happening inside the body, whether it is suboptimal, right, or average, right, whether it is pro-inflammatory, anti-inflammatory, and what specific food, what specific prebiotic, probiotic, food extracts, amino acids, your body requires in what quantity, in what frequency to regulate your biology, to overcome bloating, to overcome constipation, to overcome abdominal pain, to overcome fatigue, to regulate your blood sugar response, to regulate your hormones, number of these things, right? So do not guess, grab your up the gut kit, or we have an oral microbiome now. So you can also learn about how your microbes in your mouth is impacting your oral health, impacting your digestive issue, impacting your metabolic health, right? So we have all bouquet of products to give you the entire state of your body, what is going on inside your body at a molecular to cellular level, right? So adopt the right choices for your health. And that's it for today. Have a great day. Thank you very much.